right. Well, Philip Correa, 3 rounds. Still 1 round to go for you,
yes,
but
for sure.
You've come out on top, being the only one in the A class. But you know you have to compete against the rest of the Caribbean. What have the 3 rounds been like for you?
I tried to play the first 2 rounds relatively safe because you're allowed to drop a day in this particular competition. So being that he's all clean and this is our last day, the last round that's just about to come is on time, I'll pretty much be putting the pedal to the metal to do my best, so that way you know, at least I can put my best foot forward and see what comes out of it against the other regions.
Yeah. When you go through the first 2 rounds, are you just looking to be clear, as clean as possible?
It's a little bit of both. It's a juggling, it's a balancing act, I should say, between the 2 of them. Yes, you want to be clean, but you still want to be competitive, you know, because you never know, even on any given day, you could have a bad day and you need to keep those as your keep days, you know. So I would say I've been slightly conservative, but for the most part, giving it a good shot.
You've got a very good horse that responds to you whenever asked. How much work do you put in with the horse to ensure that you have that relationship?
To be honest, we've owned him since he was a foal, so I pretty much self-made him. Started riding him when he was 3, he's going 12 now. So do the math, it's an hour or 2 every day for the last 7, 8, 9 years, you know.
So he responds when you...
Yeah, he knows me like the back of the hand, like back of his hand, and I kind of know him. I mean, he kind of ticks a certain way, and as riders we all do too.
Right. How much of a challenge now, because you're competing in 2 different classes.
Yes.
Jumping off one, getting ready for another one.
Yes.
How difficult is that?
It's, once again, it comes with a little bit of practice. But to be honest, even though I'm competing with 2 of them in this particular classes or show format, I technically ride 4 to 5 horses of my own. So 2 is a bit of a day off for me.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Alrighty, thank you.
Cool. Well, guys, you guys won your groups for the FEI, the Bermuda portion of the FEI Jumping Challenge. Take us through day 1 through day 3 and how you felt your horse responded to each day, because of different conditions on each day, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, the 3 days, they're supposed to start with the smallest the jumps in your division can be. And as you progress through the competition, the courses get a little harder, they get a little longer and bigger. So the horses by the last day, it's really showing how fit they are and how much they can do when it's maxed out as big as it can be.
Now, for your first time doing the FEI Jumping Challenge, but over the course of the 3 days of competition, you find yourself in the lead. You know, you want to make sure that you stay true to the form. How do you manage the horse's emotion as well as yours in that last day to make sure that you kind of get a clear round?
Like you said, I was just trying to go clear, and Jalen was putting the pressure on me, and I just kept my confidence up and performed.
Now, because you guys compete in big groups, when you're waiting to get in and you're watching everyone else, what are you kind of focusing on, hoping that that you can get in and get that clear, and possibly somebody else falter?
Well, it's nice having Category A go first. We can see how the course rides, and we can see other people go before us as long as we're not first in our division. So we can kind of see what the course is like, how it's going to be for us, and yeah, how we think our horse is going to respond in each of the turns and what we want to do to go make our times faster and how we can go clear.
How much is it that you have to know the course in order to complete a round as quickly as possible? Because you actually have to do the guiding. Once you hit that first jump, it's on to the second one and on to the third. So how much familiarization do you get beforehand to know what course, how you're going to manage the course?
Well, like, I watch the people before me, and I see how comfortable and familiar they are with the course, and then I go ride it. I try and ride it like how they rode it, and then I did.
Is your horse aggressive? Are you an aggressive rider?
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty aggressive, and my horse is kind of laid back and chill.
So you have to kind of push it on to spur it on.
Like on the first day, I was kind of taking it easy and chill, and it wasn't as aggressive. But as it went on, it got more aggressive.
Would you say confidence grew?
Yeah.
In both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. And for you, how does confidence work for you?
I think it's the first day and the second day, the pressure's kind of on because you want to get the 2 clears because you can drop a score. So if you mess up on the last day and you already have 2 good scores, it's not so bad. But you just got to remember that you're not just competing against each other, you're also competing against 200, 300 other people. So it's a bit of pressure for all of us.
Do you feel you guys could go up a class? Because you were at the 110 to 120, you were at the 1 meter to 110. You feel you are comfortable enough to go up a class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your horse can do the same thing?
Yeah.
What do you think you're going to need to do to actually make that step up? It's just, let's go and do it?
I believe I could have done the B this year, but it was my first year, so I was kind of taking it easy in the C and seeing how it was like. So I believe I could take it to B next year.
Putting pressure.
Yeah.
This is my last year before I go off to university, but I definitely think if I was here another year, he could have done the A's.
Oh, yeah.
We've had a lot of jumper shows leading up to FEI this year, so the horses were all really prepared. We've been practicing a lot of courses like FEI, so I think we really had a good shot going into it.
Now we have the exhibition coming up where there's a lot of jumping going on. Do you guys feel as if you can try that higher class in one of the events just to see what response you get from the horse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing a bigger class than last year, which is good. So bumping it up a little bit.
For someone who's not involved in equestrian but likes to be around horses and so, what would you tell them to try and get involved in the sport?
Just come out and watch or start taking a lesson somewhere. It doesn't matter if you've never done it before. Just come down to the barn and spend time with the horses or come to a show and see what it's all about.
Is it nerve-wracking going over jumps?
I was a little nervous going into my first day, but as it went on, I got more confident.
How long have you been riding?
I've been riding since I was 4 or 5. So.
And you done the over the flat line with the rail on the ground.
Yeah.
Starting out
Yeah.
and
A
then
lot of that stuff.
now you're airborne.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed where, because I listen to a lot of the instructions on the side as people are in the ring, and can you get caught up sometimes listening for the instructions as opposed to focusing on the jump itself?
For me, I kind of tune
Yeah.
a lot of stuff out when
I
I'm
can't
in the
really
ring.
hear the people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mainly just focus on what I'm doing. I'll occasionally hear a go forward or
Right.
turn, but most of the time I'm not really paying attention to anyone else.
Well, because for the spectator, you hear that.
Yeah.
You know, although you're watching, you hear that, and I just wonder if it's a distraction at times, or is it a reminder of something? Someone sees something that you're possibly not doing.
It can be a little bit of both.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations.
Thank
Hopefully,
you.
we get these results and we find out that you guys actually win your groups.